talk of the technical day, so I have to cheer you up a little bit. So I try to rock you. Let's see. So this is Puya. I'm working in the R&D section of Odoo, and then I'm in the accounting team. Today I want to talk to you about something that we can do in Odoo that we are not doing already. You know, when we say Odoo, everyone thinks about, okay, we have some invoices, we have some business applications, but it's not what am I going to talk about now. Okay, think you need to create a web application. What do you need? You need some storage for your data, like the connection to the SQL. So you need an ORM like Django, SQL Alchemy, PV, or many others. Also, you need to answer to the HTTP requests. So you need something like a Flask or Phantom, or maybe Hug. Where's Hug? Oh, it's on the last one. I really like that one. And also, you need to have already an HTML server, HTTP server. So you need WSGI, ASGI, or so, and you have to handle multi-threading, multi-processing maybe, or internationalization, I don't know, authentication. And you have to use all of them just on the server side. So then you have to do something for the client side. You have to do the rendering all on the Python and then send all of them to your browser, and it will be really slow, and it will be like for 20 years ago. Or you can use a framework like React, Angular, or Vue.js. So what do we do in Odoo? Is that we have our own ORM. You had already a talk on that. And we have old web framework that you saw before this. Also, we have QWeb templates, we have built-in security, we have WebRTC, you have built-in RPC API, and you can also have RESTful API if you want, and multiprocessing, internationalization. All of them are done. And guess what? None of them are related to ERP. This is what you need for any kind of web application, not just doing some business things. So, I use the word RAD, Rapid Application Development. Actually, there are two words with this meaning. One of them is named after or coined by James Martin, which is about the process of making the application. You can use Odoo Studio for that, and you can leave the hall, because I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actually making or developing an application quite fast. So, what do we have? In Odoo, we have the ORM, which is quite fantastic. You can see I'm trying to find all the colored illustrations, the pages with colored illustrations of all chapters of all books. Try do it in Django or SQL Alchemy. You will see it can't be this simple. Also, if you're searching, I'm searching here, I'm searching 3 different databases at the same time with one single line of code. And I can combine them in many different ways. So we have the power in Odoo, or we have QWeb templates, for example. If you're developing a code in Python, you'll probably use Jinja. Everyone uses Jinja, come on. But what's the problem? Jinja is very good. It's like a beast, but it's very general purpose. QWeb is optimized for XML. And why we need XML? Because HTML is XML. And we are developing a web application, so we need HTML. There are many other subjects. Some of them are talked in the last talk, so I removed these slides. But also you have asset bundling, and go on. You can count lots of things. So the ORM is incredible. Why we are using Django? Anyone? Okay, so when we are talking about web application, we have different levels of integration, I say. This is just my word, it's not something standard. Maybe we are just providing an API, we have a small mobile application that connects to our server, or we are making a whole, like a full page web application, like a single web application, or we have some, we are using some Odoo elements, like form views, tree views, Kanban views. There are many good things to use. but we are not doing anything related to business. And sometimes, the last level of integration, we are using some tools, some ready data from, some ready models from Odoo, like employees model or maybe calendar, but we are not doing something related to business. So I'm going to elaborate them a little bit with some examples. For the API server, when, I'm not talking about the golden hammer. Some of you can still, if you really want, use Django. But other than that, when we use Odoo, when we need an ORM, if you're not storing data, don't use Odoo. Just use a small Flask something. And if you're making Facebook, Odoo is not good for you. Or maybe if you are mimicking API gateway, so you need to fetch something and then deliver it to your users. Then you need asynchronize. So I'm not talking about the golden hammer that can smash everything. So if you have these two conditions, you can consider Odoo as your host for your application. Okay, so how do we do that? We just use Odoo controllers. There's some simple codes in Python then can answer to the request on the URLs. And the Odoo interface is just used for the admin, so the users of the application can see that. And there's a bonus. You can have one Odoo server, and you can serve many different APIs on that one, because you are the admin of the server, not just one application. So you can serve lots of applications on just one physical or virtual server. And what I call the web apps, it's when you don't need any UI, like a single-page application. Or maybe you have your own simple UI. So how do we do that? We can do it with controllers, or we can do it with client actions. I will elaborate that. First, this is, you have already seen it. This is what Habib was talking about it at 2:30. So this is the mobile application that is generated by a controller, but it's not just a mobile application. First, take a look at the code. It's just we define a route. On this route, we render this view or this HTML. So it's just basically a single-page application. It's not very complicated. And you can open it in browser. So you have a browser app and mobile app and everything like this, but no menu system. Another example is the Sudoku game. You can search Sudoku on Odoo App Store. I think it only works with Odoo 10. But you have the idea. This is a client action. When you open a menu, you have the full screen Sudoku game you can play, and you can challenge your colleagues. And it can be considered a business application on a second thought. Okay, the next level of integration is that when we are using Odoo, actually. I mean, we are using the web module of Odoo, everything related to actions, menus, views. So you need an UI, and you don't need any business model like invoices or anything that we already have in Odoo. So we are not using any application from Odoo. You can add a hard-coded filter on your app action of Odoo, so you can hide everything else. So there are, again, two approaches, maybe three. You can use the Kanban view. Kanban view in Odoo is exactly an HTML. You can HTML template. You can do anything you want in it. And you can have some sugar with adding some JS classes like you had seen in previous talks. Or still you can use client actions, but with a different way. First example, this is a Kanban view, but it doesn't look a lot like a Kanban view. This is about building management, and you have all of the cells are clickable, and they have different colors. You can filter anything on it, and there is not a single JS line, no JavaScript. It's all server-side rendering, good old one. So we can make this application without building everything from zero. Another example, this is a Kanban view with JavaScript code. You can see this is the new bank reconciliation widget. The left side is actually a Kanban view. The right side is a form Not exactly a form because you have two search views and everything is connected together with JavaScript in all. So this is a combination of Odoo views. Another example, this is not a Kanban view, this is a client action. This is the Discuss app. Discuss app is not using any of a standard Odoo feature, but it defines its own UI. It's completely different, so you can make your own. Not Discuss, because we have a good Discuss, but you can make your own app. Another one is the Runbot. It's the beast behind testing Odoo and all the CI. It's like Jenkins, but much better. It can generate Docker containers for testing. And you can see this is a Kanban view or almost a Kanban view, but we don't have anything related to business. No invoices, no purchase, no project management. Okay. So this is another level of integration. And the last one is what you, if there are partners here, what they are usually do. It's what is done normally with Odoo. You can make business models and you can use Odoo models, like you can have a contact list and you can add a, like a library manager to it, management to it. We have some examples, you can search for it. You have education app, we have hospital management, we have, what is it, the last one? Hotel management, or we can have many different ones, like car repair for kindergartens. So none of them are really ERP. The last thing that I want to add is this guy over here, the all. Jerry talked about all, thank you, Jerry. And you know about all generally. But as a developer, I was a Python developer. I was trying to avoid JavaScript at all costs. I was using JavaScript only that there was absolutely no other way. But in the last few months, I was using all, and I love it. I just trying to find some way to do it in JavaScript. It's quite a thing. Thank you. And thank you all. Oh, can you please come here?
I don't want to, but fine.
Yes, please.
So, if we can do all these amazing things, how come so what's the Odoo Docker for version 16 was published only 4 minutes ago, when it's like officially published Odoo 16 like for 3 weeks or maybe even more?
You're talking about the Runbot.
No, not Runbot, but you have this Docker, you mentioned it. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. First, thank you, Tatiana, for you were the most active and passionate visitor of this show, so I'm officially thanking you. And I have to say, we have all the time we are making Odoo images. All the time. The Runbot is usually making more than 600 images at a time.
Yeah,
and we always try to make our things better, our code better. Yep.
But those are Runbot images. I'm not speaking about them, I'm speaking about Docker images, which are published on the GitHub. And
you mean the official Docker images?
Yes.
Yes, they are updated, I think, automatically. I'm not from the Runbot team, so I'm not sure.
No.
But you can have them once in a while, I guess, like once a month. But I don't get your question. I didn't get it.
It's not actually automatically generated where this my question is coming from, because someone needs to send a message, ask, can you please generate, can you please publish it? And for example, for 16 has been out for a few weeks, but the Odoo official Docker image was published, I just checked, 4 minutes ago, maybe 6 already, I'm talking too much.
Actually, I'm not the guy you have to talk to, because I'm just a developer, I'm not in the DevOps or implementation. But what can I say is that we are working on even a better thing, that is continuous upgrade. So we are getting rid of versioning, hopefully. So it will be solved.
Send me to a guy, I need to have a talk with him.
Anthony?
Which one? Nope.
No, he just ran away, sorry. Any other questions from you or?
No, not for me.
Okay. Thanks everyone for joining us on the development day. Oh. Yes, some online questions.
I can give you my phone now, 1 sec. Which one is it? Which one was it again? What is that? Okay.
Yeah, just a minute. Okay, thank you everyone. This is the last show, and we will have a party at 7, so don't go anywhere. Bye-bye.